What's up, everybody? It is Saturday, April the 10th. I appreciate you guys hanging out. If you're coming into the chat or you're watching on the rewind, absolutely appreciate you being here or watching down the road. We got a great one today. It's obviously April 10th, which means it's getting closer to Jacob's birthday. Oh my God, I got an 11-year-old popping up, so I got to do some phone shopping. So that's going to be a lot of fun. But I definitely appreciate everybody being here. And we got an awesome show. And so we're going to go ahead and run the intro here very shortly. But I just wanted to say hi to everybody and thanks again. And just to kind of lead into it, we have, a thing about clowns. As you can see behind me, we got some clowns, we got Joker, got a lot of clowns, right? Clowns are a big thing in this community, whether you enjoy them or whether you're afraid of them. Clowns are here to stay. Well, clowns have been found as early as 2400 BC in Egypt, and they've been a socio-religious, psychological role in society, comedy in a state of open-mindedness. Now, the circus clowns have developed in the 19th century, and Bozo the Clown arrived in the scenes in the 50s. But we have our own lovable clown in the community, and we call the teddy bear Big Dog Dave. So whether it's customs, humor, or tugging along at your heartstrings with his charity contributions, we love this guy very much. So ladies and gentlemen, we're going to bring in today Big Dog Dave. So we're going to get this show going because it's another edition of In the Spotlight. All right, and I just want to say thanks, King Bob. I know you're here. Nightshade, Chase Film Productions. I know a lot of people will start coming in here shortly. But like I said, we have Big Dog Dave, so I'm looking forward to this. Let me go ahead and pull up his intro. And there he
wow.
is.
You found my baby picture.
Things are free when you find them on the internet. People.
I forgot what I put on Facebook at certain times of my life.
And you got to be careful about that because, when your life becomes a story and you put things out there, they're for everybody to take.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, anything I put out there, I don't mind. It's if I didn't want people to see stuff, I mean, it's all fun and games for the most part. Even when I do things to myself and joke about it, if I didn't want people to see it, they would never see it.
Yeah, I mean, it's, and that's how this community can be. Sometimes a lot of us, we joke with each other. There's so many good ones, like with Divine, King Bob, there's a lot of people in the community that have that interaction. That's been really, really nice. Especially the chat rooms, obviously with these swaps and stuff like that, you get things that come up, and just having fun, send in, there's just so many cool things, to go from, me learning. Hey Cisco, how are you? So, I brought Dave on, guys, and one of the things is I really wanted to bring him on because you did an amazing thing very short while ago that you took a lot of preparation, a lot of hard work, but the cause was, grand. It was a grand scale on the cause. So I'd like for you to kind of walk us through that a little bit, like the aftermath now. I mean, have you sent, I have, Dave, and it's, interesting, but I have my box today that I ordered from there, and I'm going to pull some of the stuff out. And by the way, thank you so much for the peanuts, Dave.
They're biodegradable. They're good for the environment.
Well, I'll duly noted.
You can melt them in water, so it's not that bad.
Well, let's walk through that. What was your thought process in starting, the charity and going through it and saying, okay, like, because it takes a lot of work. It obviously does, but you decided to say, you know what, I'm going to put my mind, my effort into this. And hey, if people do it, they do it. If they don't, I mean, but you got a lot of people, and this is what we're talking about: puzzle pieces squared, local autism support. Now, I work in a military. I work in a middle school, and I work in the special ed department. So I work with kids all the time, and I know exactly how that is. And so it touches me in the sense of what you're doing. And give us a little background, give us a little story info about this.
So the charity's run by a friend of mine. He's like a brother. He's a personal trainer. He was my personal trainer, and he he started a family many years ago, and they had twins, and the boys were adorable. And as they started growing up, they learned that they both had autism, and they were on different ends of the spectrum, and it was very very difficult, and a lot happened. I remember his life was very very difficult, and especially early on because he was trying to build his career. His wife was building her career, and they're raising twins with autism. And one day would be bad for one, and one day could be worse for the other. And uh, insurance doesn't cover everything, as most people. I don't even know if most people know that insurance doesn't cover a lot
Mhm.
because for whatever reason it doesn't fall under some. For whatever reason it doesn't fall under something insurance should cover. And so as his kids got older and he learned a lot, he decided to start this charity up. And it's puzzle pieces squared because he's got two kids. He's now got three kids, and the third kid is not autistic. And he even that was a struggle teaching, trying to explain to his other son why certain things happen and why everything is the way it is. And so he started this charity, and it started as something small, and it just exploded. And uh, I've always supported him any way I could, and always tried. And that's how this came up. It was, I mean, we're 2 years into COVID, and he can't hold his events, and I'm like, I got to do something. That's all that happened. I had to help him.
And you did, you absolutely did. And I know this community has been able to stand up and support and be that backbone when things are needed. What was your final? Was it like 5,000 you were able to raise for
Well,
that?
so at the auction alone, just at the auction, it was $5,333. So it was a little bit more, but Whatnot took 30 cents per transaction, which I'm fine with. I'm not gonna, like they could have taken a cut, but they didn't. They just took the 30 cents transition fee or transaction fee, which is fine. It's a processing fee that they have to pay, and gave me everything else, everything. And I was just like, and instantly, like, cashed it out right then on there and said, "Here you go, donate it." And I was just blown. When I saw the number that night, I dropped to the floor. I couldn't believe it. I was sitting right here, and I went online to check, and I was like you're playing number games in your head, and you're trying to do the auction, so you're not really. You see what stuff's going for, and you get somewhat of an idea of where you're standing. When when the tiny ghost sells for 400 and some dollars, and uh, the cupcake, the glow cupcake sells for like 250 something, and like the big numbers you have calculated kind of in your head. It's the
Yeah.
small numbers that you're not thinking about because they just add up at the end. So whether it's a $3 transaction or a $20 transaction, or even like a 40 or 50 or 60 or whatever, it adds up in the end. So at some point in my head, I knew we had hit like $2,000, and that's all. I thought we were at maybe 2,500 to 3,000 at the end.
Well, I mean, the thing is you're not just buying and some people did some amazing work in
Oh,
regards, with what I wanted to do. I think the next time one of these auctions do come up, I do want to try something like that. But there was just like beyond belief the amount that got put into that. And just like when you're bidding on something, you're not just bidding on a, a plastic toy. You're bidding on something that a lot of people put a lot of sweat, hard work into, and for a cause. So
well,
you're
yeah. Oh, sorry, you go on. I didn't mean to cut you off. It was just, yeah. I mean, that like I think Divine, that was his first time doing it, and he did the hydro dips, and those aren't easy. Like those are not easy by any means, and they came out unbelievable. And with the hydro dip with the glow on it was unbelievable. That Batman went for 175.
Well, according to, I mean, since you mentioned Divine, I actually ended up buying one of his pieces, and
Okay,
so I'm going to pull that out. Of course, I got to wade through the
the packet
mass
peanuts.
amount of peanuts, guys, and hope that
I would say I wish I knew which one you got, but honestly, at this point, I have no idea who got what. I packed it all in like a few days, and it was all out by Tuesday afternoon, I think.
so with this one here, I got the Red
Okay.
Hulk Hydro Dip,
Hmm.
okay, which is really awesome. I haven't shown my boys yet, but um, when it just came to the point of when you're bidding and stuff, you know that you're going to a good cause, but you're
Uh-huh.
also getting a product that people that you know in the community. Of course, as much as I wanted to get as many things, Chap, did not allow that.
Oh,
Um,
Chap was between Chap and Glamba Funko. If you wanted something, they wanted it. You weren't getting it.
yeah, I know. I was bidding with Glam on one item, and then all of a sudden I just stopped. I was like, all right, you know,
You weren't going to win it. She
yeah, I'm
was going
like,
to pay
whatever.
more, but you weren't going to win it.
But just this, I mean, the way this thing is absolutely amazing.
And that piece on his chest glows also.
Yeah, and that's what I can't wait to see. But Divine did an absolutely amazing job with this.
And I said on camera, like, it doesn't do it justice. Like, in person, it just looks better because you see it's like glittery and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean it's really really cool. And then this one here, like I don't know, it was just kind of cool. I took to it and I was like, um, so I got the Ashley too.
Now,
Um,
Chap got mad at me for that one. Chap wanted that, but I forgot to put uh I forgot to take off sudden death mode. I had sudden death mode on so that he couldn't bid at the end, and it just ended instead of adding the 10 seconds on.
well, see, I mean, I didn't. I mean, I had no clue, but I mean, he probably wants that more than I do. But I mean, maybe we can reach out and make it some kind of agreement.
Hey, go ahead.
In regards, but and then I did get one of the things I did order also, which is cool. My son hasn't seen it yet, but I did get the Kobe Bryant.
Okay.
I did get that, and that's cool. My son, he loves basketball. He loves Kobe. And then I was able to get, like I said, I'm still kind of building my soda collection, but I did get the Stay Puffed.
Okay.
So um, awesome, job on just everything overall. So how do you feel? Like, I mean, it's a great accomplishment. I mean, just to come through that, knowing that you had the support in the community.
Well, it
You know,
was. Sorry. Go on.
no, I was going to say. I mean, I applaud you. 100% on that. Just the efforts of coming through and bringing the heartstrings together. It was amazing.
Oh, it was a lot of fun. It was. I mean, I started planning this in November of last year, and uh, I had messaged Curtis right away, and I was like, "Look, I want to do this in April, April 2nd. April 2nd is the day I want, but I'll take anywhere around the end of March to mid-April." And he goes, "Okay." And he goes, "It's November." I go, "I know, but there's going to be a lot to figure out, and I don't want to wait last minute and try to get the date." He goes, "Okay." He goes, "I'll put you in, and as you figure out the details, you let me know." I go, "Okay." And I started telling some people about it, try to get like a feel of what people thought, who would want to who would want to help, kind of. I just kind of laid it out there, and of course, it was around Christmas time, so a lot of people didn't have that on their mind, and I understand that. Like I said, April, and then New Year's comes, and midway through January, I start messaging a few more people and seeing who's interested and try to get a little steam on it. Just start posting about it here and there. Luau brought me on, start talking about it. And as we just got closer, I just started slamming down, going, who's in? I need stuff now. And I thought I was going to have like 15 pieces for auction. And I thought I was going to have to go out and just buy stuff to auction off. And then all of a sudden it just started coming in. Like March hit and like the flood doors opened of product and everything from everybody just coming right into me. And I was like, oh my God. And at a certain point, you're like, okay, I got to either cut this off or I'm going to be up all night. And not
Yeah.
that it's a bad thing, but I got to pack all this stuff. I got to get it all shipped. And I mean, not that it's that hard to get it all shipped, you get it picked up, but it's like, it's just a lot of work.
Well,
That's where the
it's a
packing
lot of
parts come
work,
in.
but you did an amazing job with it. I mean, definitely, we appreciate 100% what you put into it. I know everybody coming through was huge. And I know some of these people here in the chat are, contributed. I know like Ken, Pop Epidemic.
Oh,
Uh,
there's quite a few people I think in the chat right now that oh, did I hit something? Sorry.
so we're saying hi to Bees Poppin'. You got Cisco Yeah Boy, Umpty, Brittany Nerdy Aquafrost. Obviously, you have King Bob, Frog Prince,
Sorry.
and no worries.
I'm hitting button by accident.
Caitlin, Funko Pop and Unicorns, Funko Brothers, Mama J. Just saying hi to all you guys. Appreciate you guys being here. Lori.
So real fast on something else because we started talking about it, but we slipped on. So that was the auction, but I also had money from other people that donated also. So it's a little bit more than 5,333 that was actually donated.
Mm-hmm.
We had 126 from the 4 swap, collector swap 4. That money that we put in for that, the $2 that everybody paid went for that. Glamma donated 100 because she thought she wasn't going to be at the auction because I told her it was Saturday when it was Friday night.
Wow.
And then I sold 2 other things after the auction that they donated $50 straight, and I sent it out to them. And there's something else I'm missing, and I'm not sure what it is. I have it written down somewhere else. But we're probably around. I already can't do the math in my head. Probably close to 5,700 in total that was donated.
Well, I like I said, I know you're Big Dog Dave, so I know I consider you like that dog whisperer as well. I know people have been mentioning that as well. And when I reached out to Time Magazine and told them, what you were doing this year and how that was, they actually put together an issue that should be hitting the newsstands. So let me go ahead and show you a preview here. This is Time Magazine, yes, Man of the Year, Dog Whisperer of the Decade. On page 69, you'll read the article, How Dave Raises Funds, Impacts Lives, and Touches Hearts. So that is going to be hitting the newsstands hopefully soon. So look forward to that, guys. We got Big Dog Dave on Time Magazine. So
where did I make that face at?
remember, everything you put on your pages we can take.
Oh yeah, that's kind of scary.
But speaking of, just kind of going through things with you, just to get a little, where does the customing come from? Because a lot of people did some great jobs with custom, but you yourself have taken on the role of custom clowns.
Resident clown. Yeah. No idea. I hated art as a child. I hated it. When I started on YouTube, I was known for oh God, it was like, well, when I started in Funko on YouTube, I was known for sending drawings with my whatever trade or sale or whatever. And it started, I don't even know why that started. And it's not like my drawings were great. They look like a kid drew them, but I would just draw something stupid and send it with the note. And after a while, I was like, okay, Justin, actually, from Pop in Hand, goes, why don't you paint clowns? I go, you hate clowns? He goes, I do hate clowns. I go, if I paint a clown, you're going to get my first clown. He goes, fine. I don't think he thought I was serious, but so I painted I customized a Stitch as a clown, and I sent it to him, and that sparked something. And Dave's terrible artwork. That was what I called it. I would draw a picture and say, "This is Dave's terrible artwork, and this is what you got with your pop or whatever." Or if I sent you a sticker, I drew Dave's terrible artwork, and that started it. But really, I think I just had a bunch of like cheap pops I couldn't get rid of, and I was like, "That's it. We'll just make them into clowns and see what happens." And somehow people like them. I'm actually kind of mind blown by it.
Well, I know even myself, I've received a clown as well. It's up my boy's room. He actually has taken it from me. But it is something that, a lot of people do look forward to receive. But you put a lot of dedication and effort into this, and each clown that you keep doing has gotten a lot better. In regards, you'd say like, I don't know what you use or how you do it, but it does seem to take a lot of prep time. It does seem to take a lot of effort. But I just wanted to show some people, just look at some of the ones that you have put out there. And so obviously we got, Baby Yoda here. I'm just kind of going through the list here a little bit.
I forgot that one.
And then, of course, I know this is like one that you enjoy a lot,
Yeah,
right?
that one I just sold. It sold at the
Yeah.
auction. I decided to donate it to the auction to sell, and Unboxing Treasures bought them for $71, which blew my mind.
And, and just seeing the talent
That's not
alone.
mine. That was somebody else.
Okay.
I did a that was oh God, what's his name? That was not me though. That was Middle Brother Customs did that.
Okay. But I mean, still, you get the being able to do stuff like that and to take on that form of any Funko Pop that's out there and to clown it, is awesome. I mean, it's to me, it's a talent that, like I said, is a lot of work that gets put into it, which you seem to have no time whatsoever. You always seem like you're in your dungeon. You got your lockers. You're always in the same place. So do you ever get to have that time? I know you being a recently an uncle, right? I mean, did
Yeah.
you have in the family a new addition in the family?
Yeah, so my sister had a baby in February. Uh Probably a COVID baby. There she is. And yeah, I haven't seen her yet.
Okay.
I gotta get my shots and then I can see her. Um so I gotta get my shots. It's
And
pretty much what that comes down to.
you have another one too, right?
Yeah, that's Ella. She's 10.
Okay.
She's paying
So,
my ass. Or she's 9. I don't know what she is anymore. I saw her this morning from a distance. And I was like, "Do you miss me?" She's like, "Yeah." I'm like, man.
so what's that like being an uncle? For you. I mean, I know being the COVID, it is hard not being able to do things. But in years past, um, being an uncle, I know when I first was in family, that's kind of what I went through. And then eventually I got married and I had kids at the age of 37. But being an uncle was a huge thing in our family. I was always considered Uncle Eric as well. So what has that been like for you?
Well, I've somewhat enjoyed it. It's funny. So when Ella was a baby, she'd see me and start crying for no apparent reason. Nobody could figure it out. Everybody thought it was a funny joke, and it happened for a long time. And then, like somewhere around 2 or 3, she started kind of talking to me, but then she'd play games. I'd be like, "Do you love me?" She's like, "Yeah, I don't know, maybe." Sometimes she'd be like, "Yes." If nobody was around, she'd be like, "Uncle Dave, I love you." But whenever anybody was around, she would never say it. I'm like, you're your mother. That's who you are. You're your mother. And but oh God, so it started. There was one Hanukkah. I go, "What do you want for Hanukkah?" And she's like, "I don't know." I was like, "You want a fire engine?" She's like, "Yeah, I want a fire engine." I'm like, "Okay." So I kept, pushing the fact that she's going to get a fire engine. My sister goes, "I hate you, number one, and two, you better buy her a fire engine," because that's all she's talking about. So I went out and I bought the loudest, most annoying, obnoxious fire engine I could find, and she loved it. And my sister hated every minute of it, but she loved it, and that's all that mattered. So now I've kind of got her into Funko Pops a little bit. Not completely. Like, she knows what they are. She knows they're worth money, and she keeps them in the box. And I'm like, you could take it out of the box and keep the box. She's like, yeah, but I have them set up a certain way and I want them in box. I'm like, okay, who am I to argue with you? Like, I'm not going to argue with you. You're a 10-year-old child that may or may not like me. So I'm not going to argue with her about it. But I gave her a 10-inch troll because she loves rainbows and she loves trolls because she's a 10-year-old girl. So hers
All
is
right.
not a clown, but she does love the fact that I paint stuff, and she made me paint this for myself, and I had to keep it and show it to her. So I keep
Oh,
it next to me at work.
wait,
It's
here, let
just
me put it.
it's just angel wings. It's really nothing special. I put some dots on it, but we did it together, and she wanted me to keep it. So I
Well, that's
always
the best thing alone right there is just doing it together, as having that because it's important to be in their lives and whether you're an uncle, or a dad, it's always important.
yeah. And my mom always tells me she loves you. She just doesn't want to say it to you. It was like she's just weird like that. But it was like, so she was little. She's probably 4 or 5. I shaved it all off. I had a long beard at the time, and one day just shaved it all off for the heck of it. My sister showed my niece the picture, and she goes, "Look, it's Uncle Dave." She goes, "How do we know it's him?" She's like, "Trust me, I know you're Uncle Dave." She's like, "You're sure it's him?" She's like, "Yeah." But most of her life, as long as she's known me, I've had a beard. So,
Well, now, with the beard, when we do get through this COVID thing, maybe she can braid it for you,
uh,
turn it into rainbows like a rainbow troll.
I had it braided once because somebody wanted to braid it. I hated every minute of it.
Um, so I noticed you also, deal with sports, with your business that you do, you lockers. I remember we purchased something from you a while ago with Chucky and autographed um, from the kid that played Chucky, Alex Vincent. Um, so you do a lot of auction stuff, like, like where you're getting stuff, like give us a little background. What is it that you get a lot of memorabilia, you get a lot of cool stuff, whether it's
Well,
baseball
that's the job I work for is the sports memorabilia, but I do my own stuff on the side also. Um, I mean, I know enough people where I can find stuff at good costs. I have enough wholesalers out there that I can deal with. It's just a matter of knowing the right people, and But for
players.
work, we have a bunch of stuff. All these lockers is all work. This is my office. It's in my boss's basement. I spend most of my time here because this is where I get stuff done. Whether it's my stuff or his stuff, I get it all done here. So uh, I work by myself. There's nobody else here, so it's just easy that way.
Hey, Will, how are you, bud? How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Hope you will be popping. So Ken says that he needs an anime clown. Um, definitely. So the thing is, when you look at what you do, I mean, it's a wide variety because a lot of people, some people don't like sports, but but you do. So you have a background in sports, right? When you were younger.
I played. I mean, I grew up playing baseball and I played football starting in high school, and it all ended after high school was over. Look
So
at this.
would you play here in high school? What position?
Offensive tackle and defensive guard.
Nice. Um, so what has been I don't know, like in your life growing up has been influential to you where you are now with your job? I mean, has sports been something, for me, I love sports. I mean, it's always my boys play baseball, basketball. But what has it meant for you?
I'd say the reason I'm where I am was really a bunch of there's a lot of negativity. Actually, it wasn't the happiest path getting to where I am. Not that I was ever like it wasn't drugs or anything like that. It was just I was never ready. I went to college. I wasn't ready for it. I should have taken a year off. Uh, I never really had good responsibility until it was not too late, but it's like live hard young and then screw up and realize that you screwed up and fix it. I ended up at this job because I didn't have any other job. I had nowhere else to go. Things kind of hit the. I was out of a job because I kind of screwed up at that job. I was a little lazy. I was oh, it sucked. I worked at a print shop for T-shirts, and I was feeding stuff into a dryer and didn't see it was backing up and destroyed pretty much an entire order. and my boss laid me off that day and said, "Yeah, you're pretty much done." So I was sitting at home doing nothing and feeling sorry for myself and borrowing money from a friend. And he's like, "Dude, I found you a job." And it was a friend of his that had the business, and I've kind of fallen into it and gotten a little lazy and haven't gone out and found something else because I'm comfortable. But there's paths to be taken and stuff to do. I just really got to sit down and come up with a business plan for it. But yeah, it wasn't exactly the road I was planning on going down.
Well, and sometimes we get the bumps in the road, but as long as we keep moving forward, and it's where we end up eventually down the road, is the best thing. So, and it kind of defines who we are. Like sometimes, things that happen to us in our lifetime, defines who we are today. And, like I said, the fact that you're coming through doing huge things with these charities and just in the community, I mean, it speaks volumes for itself. So, what was it like in high school? I know going to the prom was a lot of fun.
God, uh, high school was. I mean, you hear everybody's story in high school, but I mean, mine. I was straight edge for the most part. Like not like what straight edge means, but I didn't drink. I didn't do anything like that. Went to parties occasionally, but it just wasn't my thing. I think I feared going home to my father more than anything. Uh, it wasn't until college, so I really broke out, and that was part of the problem. Is I went to college, and instead of studying, I was partying. Instead of sleeping, I was drinking, passing out. Instead of doing what I was supposed to, I was experimenting with drugs for the most part. So uh, that was part of the problem. And but high school was fun. I loved high school. I actually miss it. You always wish sometimes that you could do certain things over, but you can't have regret. Otherwise, you'll never move forward. So it's like a catch-22 in a certain way.
Yeah. Um, well, like I said, I'm glad that seeing this part of it too, from what you do with the charity work and everything, just getting to know you. I mean, I think you're an awesome guy. A lot of people in the community feel the same. Saying hi to Brandy. We have Umpty, Geeky Mama Bear. I would say so. Geeky Mama Bear has come in. So Dave, she has her own entrance. So Geeky Mama Bear has her own entrance. Yep, she always comes sliding in, 100%. Um, but Dave, like I said, I mean, I really appreciate what you did in the community. I don't know how many people got an opportunity to tell you thank you, but even once again, the work that you put into that, the labor, uh, thank you so much. Tremendous. Just appreciate everything that you did, and what it's going to the cause. Big heart. Once again, guys, if you did not know, Dave is up. Time Magazine is going to go ahead and issue out Time Magazine. That's
Never
right,
put that
Dave.
out.
So we do have Dave Man of the Year. Now, Dave, when you get into, I know you deal with you like cereal stuff, like I mean you're always in, they talk about lockers and things like that. What's your background? I mean, I know you guys joke around a lot and stuff, but I mean, is there something there with your love for, say, serial killers? I know we talked about you coming on to Scream Stream one time, and you said if you ever do, like the serial killer stuff, I find that fascinating. And what about that?
uh, I couldn't even tell you when that started, but it was so I'm not into like the whole horror scene. I'm not into like the ghosts and the stuff like that. And even Pennywise, I only like Pennywise the clown. I don't care about Pennywise the monster. Um, but I guess the movies in horror that I always liked would be like, even though Freddy, not Freddy, it's Jason and Mike Myers. One of them was a ghost, not a ghost. One of them's a monster, right? One's a person.
They're both. You're talking about Jason and Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Michael was a little boy,
Yes. And Jason's kind of
and Jason was a little boy too that drowned in the water.
okay. So they're both humans.
But through the years, Jason has been more as like, rising up again, like that spirit that
Yeah.
always enters the body.
Hold on one second.
Um,
I set my car alarm off.
um,
Hold on, I'll be right back.
yeah, no problem. So like I said, just one time through, guys, I'll just show you some of this stuff. Like Dave, he's been able to do some really good custom work. I know this was one recently that went through. But we appreciate you guys being here and hanging out. Hope everybody's enjoying their Saturday. Myself, I'm on spring break next week, so I'm looking forward to the week. Plus, Jacob's birthday is on Tuesday, so I got to go phone hunting for my little one. So he wants to get a phone. But so Dave,
Sorry about that.
no worries. When you talk about your name, Big Dog Dave,
Okay.
okay, we always say big dogs sleep on the porch, big dogs. Where'd you come about when you're starting your YouTube channel? Where'd Big Dog Dave?
Well, the actual YouTube channel name is Big Dog 7499, and Big Dog 7499 is my AOL name from way back in the day.
Oh,
So it's kind of that name that just stuck with me forever. I was Big Dog in high school. So 74 was football number, 99 was the year of graduation. So that's kind of where that all came from. And then when I put it up on Instagram, it was Big Dog scrapping something. And then I dropped the scrapping. I still scrap, but I don't like advertise it or film it or anything like that. Big Dog Dave was just easier than Big Dog 7499.
nice.
So Big Dog is who I am, and my name's Dave. So you might as well know who I am also. So kind
Well,
of where it went.
Big Dog. I think in honor of dogs, I think we're gonna play a little game with you,
Okay.
and we're gonna play Dog Meme It. So I'm gonna go ahead and cue this up. All right, so dog memeing it is, Big Dog Dave. And so what we're going to do here is I'm going to put something on the screen and you're going to go ahead and meme it for us.
Okay.
Okay?
Sure.
So you're going to do it Big Dog Dave style, obviously whatever comes to mind. But let me go ahead and pull this up here. Go find the pictures because I have them in order.
I can't possibly be good at this.
All right. Sure, Dave. We'll start you out. We'll start you out simple. Okay, Dave. Let's do this one here.
Friend or food?
Okay, friend or food. See, Dave, this is pretty easy.
Oh, jeez. Why, Mom? Why? COVID? I got it. I got it. I got it.
Now, Dave, what kind of might get a little harder here.
I knew that was going to happen. I shouldn't have eaten that burrito. Just another Saturday. Oh, jeez. I hope he doesn't fart.
Let's see.
Is that little dog peeing in the pool? I think I'd label that one I'm going to eat you.
Let's see. Trying to get. All right. And here's this one here.
Oh, God. That's not my face.
And the last one, let's go ahead and make this one a Big Dog Dave special.
At least reach around.
Yeah, there you go, guys. We have Dog Meme It. So, Big Dog Dave giving us some memes, saying hi to people in the chat. So we got Nancy, Kano Collectibles, Divine Pops. How are you? Um, let's see here. IB Poppin. I know Bees Poppin was in earlier too. So definitely appreciate you guys being here. Um, so Dave, we have another thing that I wanted to do was just kind of play around with you a little bit as well.
All right.
That is the game plan. So let me go ahead and take a look here. What do we got? So we're gonna say yes, Dave. Come on, Dave. Now, like I said, you can get help from the clown card. You know, we can have a lot of help. Okay, guys. So what we're gonna do, Dave, is we're gonna put some puzzles on the board,
Oh God.
and you're gonna see if you can, take care of these puzzles. 100%. We're gonna just see how smart Big Dog Dave is. So,
Listen,
um,
I used to be a lot smarter than I am now.
all right. So let's see if we can do this. Deadpool, give him a little bit of encouragement here, Deadpool. All right, Dave, you got it. So first one's up here, Dave.
Oh, say can you see?
That is correct. Oh, say, can you see? Nice job on that, Dave. Very good. All right. So we got a puzzle number 2 here, Dave.
To be or not to be? That is the question.
Yes, to be or not to be. That is the question. Dave is rolling. All right. So here we go. Let's go.
Oh God. No idea.
Okay, so we'll see. Maybe somebody in the chat, Dave, might be able to get that for you, as a possibility. We'll see if anybody comes through here for a second and see if anybody might pull that one out. Give them a second. If not, then I will go ahead and reveal what this one is. You can still kind of look, but you
Yeah,
may
the
have
problem
put
is
the
I started looking and then I started looking down at the rest of it and trying to figure out from the bottom up, and just now I'm like, I see somebody trying to finger a donkey.
So let's see if so this one, Dave, is I it's cool as a cucumber. Cool as a cucumber.
Whoa. Yeah, I was
All
not
right.
getting that one. Oh God, see, these got harder. I got blow up plus stuff, but I don't know what's above it. Uh,
So you have a girl going across the finish line.
yeah, and you got some kind of sheep or something.
All right, let's see if we can get anybody in the chat that might happen to help you out with this or not.
Funko
Um,
Pops and unicorns. I'm too dumb for this. LOL.
Dave cheated. So this one is when you wish upon a star.
Oh
When you wish
wow.
upon a star.
Oh yeah.
All
So I
right.
saw blow up because she was blowing and there was an upside.
All right. So here's your last one here, Dave.
Oh,
Robert got that one. Hey, Golden, how are you? No.
no, I got like either lie or light, but that's about it.
Okay. So this one here is life's all about the little things.
Uh,
Life's all about the little things. So we have that right there. So the other thing that I wanted to see if you would get So we're gonna play a little another. This is because it's a circus, guys. We're under the big top. We're playing some games with Dave, just having a little bit of fun. So appreciate everybody being here. So Dave, if you have 7 swans a swimming and 6 geese a laying, what is 7 times 6?
Uh, 42.
42. That's all. Yep. All right. So Dave, what is what is full of holes yet still holds water?
Oh, I've heard this one before, and I know the answer. I should know the answer. It's full of holes and still holds water.
Yeah, guys, please
A
show some
liar.
hit that like button. Appreciate that, unicorn zombie.
It's
Whether
not the answer, but there we go. Somebody said it. Sponge, sponge. Everybody's saying it now.
that's sponge. Okay. All right. So Dave, there is a 1-story house which everything is yellow, yellow walls, yellow doors, yellow carpet. What color are the stairs?
Yellow.
So you would have yellow
No.
stairs in
Well,
a
you could.
1-story house.
On the front steps leading up to the house, there could be stairs.
All right.
I like how I justified that as soon as I said yeah. I'm like yellow, and then I'm like it's a 1-story house. I'm like steps leading up to the house.
Hello, what the pop? Emmon Still, how are you? Unicorn, Zombie Princess, Jasmine, Grumpy Skunk, Tat79, Essie Mom, how are you guys? Appreciate you being here.
So real fast, Ken, that's who won your item. What the pop? They won your item. Now go talk to them.
Kenneth Bird, how are you, bud? Okay, so I had to remove myself from the StreamYard because Britney Spears kept talking about her umbilicus. Dave, what is an umbilicus?
I have no idea. I thought that was the cord that they cut off when you were a child. So is it belly button?
Yes, it is a belly button, Dave.
Amazing. Amazing when you sit there and think about it for a second. After saying I have no idea, now I know exactly what it is.
All right. So, Dave, if a man or a woman says they have FOMO, what are they talking about?
Skin.
A skit?
Skin. Skin.
Okay, so if a man or woman says they have FOMO,
It's probably not, but I'm just taking a guess. Skin is the answer.
So the answer is actually anxiety. It's that an exciting event may be happening elsewhere, often aroused by a post on social media.
Oh,
So FOMO. They
I
have
have
FOMO.
FOMO right now.
All right. So this next one here, Dave. Let's see here if I have this, because I know I made a couple of things here. All right. So we're gonna put 5 seconds on the clock, Dave, each time here. All right.
All right.
And the thing is people are going to see the 5 seconds, but they're going to hear you and they're not going to be able to see you. I haven't quite figured out if I can figure that out. Let me see if I can do this real quick. Let's see.
I mean, there's a delay. They're not going to see. I don't know what we're seeing.
Well, I know. I just want to see if we can see like us with the 5 seconds, but I guess not. All right. So what's going to happen, Dave, is you're going to name 3 things in 5 seconds. I'm going to ask you a couple of things, and your job is to name 3 things in that 5 second period. Okay.
It's so easy to do when you're not under pressure. When you're sitting in your car and you hear this on the radio, it's the easiest thing in the world.
So that's what we're going to see what Dave can do here, guys. So let's see. We're going to have a little bit of help here. We get the clowns out of the car. All right. There we go. But once again, I want to appreciate Married to a Nerd. Thank you for being here. We'll be popping. I know Clarissa Menchaca. Thank you so much for being here, guys. So we're going to put 5 seconds on the clock. Dave is going to name 3 things based on the question that I ask. Okay. So are we ready, Dave?
As ready as I'm going to be.
All right. So what I'm going to do is since there is a little bit of a delay, I'll ask you the question and I'll put the 5 seconds up. Okay. So 3 things you say to a cute baby.
Oh, Hi, baby.
All right. So we'll give
God, that
that.
was terrible.
All right. So name your 3 favorite songs to sing in the shower.
Quit playing games with my heart, achy breaky heart, and genie in a bottle.
Okay, you didn't quite make the 5 seconds, Dave,
I didn't
but
even see the clock.
but Dave likes genie in a bottle, guys. When now for you guys, when you're singing in the shower, is genie in the bottle one of your songs? Um, you know. So let's see here. Okay, Dave. So we're going to say 5 seconds on the clock. You're going to name 3 words that describe divine.
Bitch, whore, slut.
Divine. I don't know, Divine. Are you agreeing with that?
You know I'm kidding, Divine, but it was the first thing that came to my head.
So let me know if you guys are able to see the
I'm seeing it
countdown.
when it. See, my problem is I'm waiting to see 5, and I see 3 when I see it, and that's why I start saying it. So I should be saying it right
Okay.
after you finish the question. Is what I should be doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, because I wanted to be able to get both of us on and then just have the.
Can
So
you?
I'm gonna figure out how to do that because it's something I want to use down the road too.
Are you on your computer? Are you on the
Yeah,
computer? Is the clock on the computer?
it's on my brand.
Can't you share it through another screen
Oh yeah, I can do that. Maybe I can.
like you
You're
do
right.
with like a wheel or something like that?
Let's see if I can. Oh, I think it's just a video file. So let me see if I can do that from here or not. That's a good idea, Dave. Let me see if I can do that. The thing is only. Let's see if I do all files. Let's see if I can pull it up for all files. That's a good idea, Dave. Let me go find that. Okay, here we go. It says your browser's having trouble sharing your video. This can happen at the file. So what I'll have to do is let me see if I can do this. Maybe I could pull up a.
I was gonna say there might be a clock somewhere online as a website that you could use.
All right, let me see if I can do that. All right, let me see if I can save this and then put it in there. Then I'll be cool. So let's see. Because then it'll just make it a little bit easier for them to see as well. So
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and do that. Let's see here. All right, so let me go ahead and see if I can share the video file and go to all files. Huh, it's not. Okay, I'll have to do it.
This is weird. Hello, everybody. I, I,
You're here, Dave. All right,
Thank you
so
for that. Yeah, that was great.
I want to have some fun with you, Dave. Um, all right, so let me go ahead and see if I can share it this way then. All right. Yeah, I can do it that way. Okay. Let's
There
see
we
if that,
go.
does that work. Okay. Okay, so 5 seconds are going to be up on the clock. So what we will do. So I'm just going to leave it on this right here, and then when I count down, I'm going to switch over to this one after
Yep.
I ask you the question.
All
Okay,
right.
and that should be enough for the delay. All right, Dave. So we finished on 3 words that describe divine. So the next one is 3 nicknames for Chap. Go.
Buddy, homie, and pussycat.
All right, buddy, homie, and pussycat. All right. Now we have name 3 celebrities that you had a crush on growing up. Go.
Cindy Crawford, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera.
So Cindy Crawford.
I guess none of them are really. What was the exact question?
Name 3 celebrities you had a
Okay, so they're
crush
all
on.
celebrities. I
Yeah.
wasn't sure if you said actress or I just kind of named 3 celebrities instead.
All right. So this next one here. Name 3 pickup lines in a clown bar. Go.
Want to squeeze my nose? Hey, what's that? Woo! And I got nothing else.
All right. Well, I've got nothing else. It just might work. You never
It
know.
might work. It would be better than anything I've ever used before.
All right. So here's your last one, Dave. So make it your Dave, Big Dog Dave special here. Name 3 things you can jingle. Go.
My balls, uh, uh, my keys, and a bell.
My ball.
This is not a child-friendly show.
No, it's clown edition. Absolutely 100%. So that was 5 seconds with Big Dog Dave coming through in the clutch under pressure.
Yeah,
Very awesome.
it's a little hard. You have 5 seconds, and you got a sick, perverted mind sometimes. So first thing that comes to your head, you're like, my balls. They jingle jangle.
So now what I want to do, Dave, is where did that go? I want to make sure here. So we're going to play a little game called Word Snake, Dave.
All right.
And so I want to make sure here it's going to be Word Snake. And let me go ahead and pull this up. Where's my... All right, so you're going to sneak in the word, Dave. I'm going to put a word into the private chat, and then you're going to have pretty much what you're going to do is you're going to tell us a story. You're going to just start coming off with a story, and what we want to do is we're going to see if the chat can guess what that secret word might have been coming through. So you're going to give us a story. It's not going to be like it's something huge, but we're going to see if they can pick out what the secret word might have been.
Okay, so you're gonna send me a private message with the secret word.
I'm going to send you.
I have to come up with a story and then use this word somewhere in there. And
You're
then
going to
chat's going to tell me what the secret word is.
and we're going to see if the chat can figure out what they think might be the secret word.
Oh, this is going to be great.
All right, so let me go ahead and put the first word up here, and we're going to do. Let's see. All right, so now Big Dog Dave has his word, guys. So he's gonna tell us a little story. We're gonna kind of have a little interaction with each other, and we're gonna see in the chat if you guys can figure out what the secret word might be. So it's a hidden word. So Dave, I'll start it off with you. So Dave, here it is. It's Saturday. The weekend is upon us. What is ahead for Dave on a Saturday weekend or whatever it's going on for the weekend?
I mean, not a whole lot. I'm going to sit around. I might go out, go down by the lake and hop on the boat and make sure I got my pantaloons so I can, not get too wet out there.
Well, yeah, because you definitely don't want to get too wet out there. I mean, but it does sound like you're going to have a lot of fun at the lake. Do you have a lot of lakes out there to hang out with?
No, not a whole lot of lakes out here. We just have a few, and they're kind of small. And
okay, so
somebody got it.
Jasmine, pantaloons. Yes, pantaloons was the secret word.
I don't even know what a pantaloons is, but
all right. So we're going to go ahead and give him another word here.
It sounded like I should be on a boat with it, but I don't even know what it is. So you guys figure that out.
All right, so Dave does have his secret word in play. So we're going to go ahead and start this off. Now, Big Dog Dave, you are absolutely a hockey fan, right? So you like the Flyers. You're a big Philadelphia Flyer fan.
Yes, I am a Flyers fan. Oh, I'm supposed to go somewhere with this. And the thing about cold weather is you don't see many geckos and salamanders and other little lizards around the hockey ice. You don't see that here. You see penguins.
What about, well, you got Flyers and Devils.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the Flyers is a big P with wings, and the Devils is something up north that's really from down south, which really makes no sense.
So Quick Draw says that Philly sucks.
Oh, shut up, Quick Draw. You live
uh,
5 minutes from the city. You're
Nancy
just a
wants to
Steelers
know
fan.
if you eat pantaloons or wear them. Um, And then, so let's see. So SA Mom saying lizards, Mama J saying lizards, Rangers. We got geckos, penguins on the ice. Not yet. Nobody has got it. So let's see here. Umpty says gecko. Uh, where's Devils?
Keep shaking my head.
Cheesesteaks. Cheesesteaks.
It's not gecko. It's not geico. It's not gecko. You're all wrong. You said it all 5 times already.
Okay, so the chat didn't get this one right now, Dave. So let them know what was the secret word.
Salamander. And I said it.
Salamander. Salamander. All right, so we're gonna give Dave another one here, and let me go ahead and look at this real quick.
I like your lead in. Salamander's the word, and you talk about hockey. I'm like, I don't even know where to go with this right now.
All right. All right. So Dave has his secret word now, so it's going to be put in play. So, Dave, when you guys are going through COVID, I know a lot of times it's really hard to get out and do things and do some shopping and stuff, and you get an opportunity to go to the mall. What do you usually do for, getting your pops and just your necessities and things like that?
Well, when I go to get my pops and stuff like that, I gotta energize first. I gotta get fuel inside my system to go out and find this stuff. So I'm big on carbs and banana bread and apple bread and zucchini bread. And there's all sorts of different breads out there that you can get, cheese breads. And I fuel up on cheese bread and zucchini bread and banana bread, and then I go out and I shop for stuff.
And so with the breads, I mean, they keep they keep really well in the lockers.
Yeah, I mean, they don't last long, but luckily I'm fat, so I can get that bread down pretty fast.
All right, so let's see if anybody picks up on what might be the sneak word in regards. Let's see. So we got fuel, carbs, marble rye, energize. Not yet.
I think I just did a really good job with this.
Will be popping says croutons.
I didn't even mention the word.
Pops, nope. Yeah, you might have did a good. You might have did a good one. They might not pick up on it.
I was surprised that it hit so well, to be honest.
We got banana. So, guys, the actual word is what, Dave?
Zucchini.
Zucchini. So, Dave used the word zucchini and zucchini bread. So, zucchini was now Grumpy Skunk says zucchini.
Yeah, you got it just a little too late, Grump.
Okay, so we're gonna. Hey, BK Phipps, how are you? So we're gonna go ahead and show Dave another word here. All right, so the sneak word is in play. So we're going to go ahead and start. So Dave, when you talk about growing up, through high school, you played football, played a lot of sports. Were you always, a big guy growing up, or were you small? Did you, what was it like?
Well, you saw my first football picture. That was probably my freshman year, and I was kind of skinny. And it's over time, you know, one year you're a big dog, then you're a big bear, and then you're a big moose. And at a certain point, you get to a big whale, and that's when you know you got too big. So you have to slim it down, and then over time, it bounces back and up and down, back and
But
up and down, something like
I
that.
I had a football player in freshman year in high school. He had like a full grown beard.
Nancy got it.
Wait. Oh, King Bob said it afterwards. So Nancy got the moose. Oh, all right. Let's see here. Go ahead and put this in. All right. So we got. All right, and
I'm
here we
I'm upset that you got that. I really am.
go. Hey, Cisco, how are you? All right. So the sneak word is in play. So we are going to go ahead and begin. So Dave, also, one of the things like when you collect pops, are you a collectible guy through and through? I mean, I know you do sports, but I mean, like, what other stuff do you collect, and what do you like?
Well, it goes along with the jokers and the jesters and the clowns, and I like all things like that. All the different kinds of clowns, and you know, they come in all forms. Like so, on the cards, you get the Joker card. I save the Joker card because it's a clown. The court jester, you don't find them that often, but sometimes it's in like a nutcracker form.
All right. So let's see. So
Oh,
the
Jesus. Nancy got it.
where I don't see it again.
Uh,
Nan- oh, I see Nancy said no. I see married. Oh, Nancy's up top. Okay, there we go.
yeah,
Dang, Nancy.
she got it like instantly.
All right, we're gonna have to make another one. Make it hard here for Nancy here, and then let's see if we can
I
do.
actually messed that up. I meant to say clowns and I said jester, and then I had to try to cover my tracks.
All right, let's see here.
Then I said it again, and that probably did not help.
All right. Let me put. All right. Let me make sure I spell it right. All right. So Dave has his word. So we're gonna go. He said, "You guess all the words. It's easy." Well, and Dave wants to make it a little bit harder, Dave. So make sure that you spread it out a little bit.
Okay.
Um, so Dave, when it comes to customing and making stuff, I mean, is there stuff down the road that you'd like to try differently? Like, is there projects that you have thought about?
I mean, I thought about going into like the sunglass business and getting a pair of different sunglasses to start selling, like Oakley's and Calvin Klein's and uh, Umbro and Nikes and stuff like that. And I figured that's a new adventure, considering I haven't spent much time in it before.
And do you have any like baseball, football stuff that you really prize possessions you like to hold on to?
Yeah, I got some of them. There's certain ones I have from when I was a child, and I got
Wait, Tats got it.
yeah.
Tats Calvin Klein. All right.
Yeah, Umbro didn't make sense because I don't think they make sunglasses. Just I guess no.
All right. All right. So here we go. Let's see. Uh,
Ray Bans is actually what I was trying to say, and Umbros came out of my mouth.
all right. So Dave has his word in play. So we're gonna go ahead and start now. Dave, when you look at history of clowns and stuff, and you talk about, you got makeup. You have, they started back in the 1900s in the circus, and back in the 1700s, just different varieties of clowns, whether it be gestures, whatever the case may be. Hello, Lisa Noble, how are you? So just so you guys know, Lisa, you just came in the chat. We're doing a sneak word. So there's a sneak word in play, and Dave's going to put that out there, and we're trying to guess what that might be. But so like I said, a lot of different clowns that have originated. What's talk about what you know or what you think about clowns?
I mean, what I think about clowns or what kind of clowns. This is tough.
Just
So,
clown. Yeah, your knowledge on clowns.
I mean, clowns have been a part of life, as you said in the beginning of the show, for a very, very long time. And you see them everywhere. You see them at the circus. You see them on the boardwalk. I mean, there's tramp clowns that are staying on the corners, and those tramps. You know, those are the clowns I really like. A girl dressed as a clown would be my dream, and if she's got a tramp stamp of a tramp clown on her right above her ass, it would be great.
Uh, all right.
Good luck with that one.
So we're looking for the exact word, guys. The exact word. So William Poppins says boardwalk. Cisco says tramps. Tat says tramps. Remember, we're looking for the exact word. King Bob says tramp stamp. Umpty says ass.
I mean, I had to say it a certain way, and how I worked that in there is beyond me. So that's your only clue that I'm going to give you, and you guys are still not going to guess it. So
There, yeah, tramp clown, right? What?
was
What?
tramp? Nobody
I
got it, did
no,
they?
that's what somebody said. Yeah, I tramp clown.
Where?
Tats, tats.
Oh, came up late. No, well, he said tramps. It's tramp, but I
Oh
mean,
yeah, you're
it's
right. Well,
still
oh,
close enough at this point.
we had tramp stamp, clown prince. All right, so we're gonna put in the last one here for Dave. Let me go ahead and
You did
see.
not make that one easy. I didn't even know where to go with that. I'm sitting there like, whew, how do I do this one?
All right. So his word has been passed to him. So now we are going to go ahead and get it going. So Dave, when you look at projects, when you look at this year, last year, do you see like a difference with what you've been doing? Like do you see how you've been evolving with your projects?
With the clowns per se, specifically. Um,
Well, you
yeah, I mean, early on, my clowns, I started off with just hand painting the white on the face. It was very, very much more like the Joker. Because if you look at the Joker's makeup, it's got like you can see the skin coming in. That was kind of where I was going. Now I spray paint it, and it's more like Krusty the Clown or Bozo the Clown, where it's solid. So the entire face is white instead of, and it looks better, and you can do more with it. You can still kind of get that rough look for like the Joker or something like that.
okay? All right. So let's see if you guys can figure that out. We'll kind of go from there.
Yeah,
All right.
Charles, what the hell are you talking about?
So we got spray paint, makeup, quick draw. All right. Let's see here.
See, you got them all confused now because the last
Not
time was
yet.
2 words, so now everything's 2 words again. Technically, I mean,
What's
by
up,
all
LBD?
by
Oh,
all, it's up to you how you want to do it, but I think it's more Will than it is Tats because Tats went with 3 words and Will just got it.
now you did. Yeah. That so Krusty was the actual word that we were
Yeah,
using that we were putting in, but Krusty the Clown does apply. But
but it's
like I
not
said,
exactly it. I mean, Krusty is what I
yeah.
think you gotta go with.
Hey, Sean Ryan, how are you? Lisa Noble, Essamom, how's it going? We just got done playing a little bit of Word Sneak with Dave. What we did is we snuck some words into the private chat, and Dave was telling some stories, and then you guys needed to figure out the word that he was uh, given to have that sneak. So, like I
I
said,
thought I was
appreciate
smooth
everybody
after the
being here
first one.
today, hanging out. All right. So once again, like I said, Dave, early on, we did, the dog memes, you were able to do some of that. Just having a little bit of fun with you. We're just going over Dave's, when he was younger, how much we love, seeing Dave when he was younger, being the football player that Dave was. And then obviously, his, high school graduation days. Let's see, the old Dave. And Dave has recently become a uncle. So he has some nieces, and so that's awesome. We obviously applaud Dave 100%. One of the things that we were in here for to celebrate and just kind of put up there was Dave, all the auction stuff that Dave has been able to do and the money that he's been able to raise, which has meant a great deal to Dave for his cause, but also everybody that contributed and that was playing a role in that. So if you guys don't know, those that are you are coming in, Dave is going to be on Time Magazine. We figured that out. A friend of mine, is wants to publish that, so we got Dave. He raises funds, he impacts lives, touches hearts. He's the dog whisperer of the decade, man of the year. His story article will be on page 69. So that is Big Dog Dave. Should be hitting the newsstands soon. So obviously, like I said, one of the other things that I wanted to do with you, Dave, obviously we're having a little bit of fun. I wanted to do, I wanted you to, I'm going to give you some words, whether it's words, names, whatever. And I want you to formulate a story, a sentence, just kind of few sentences, a few, story. So Dave style. So I'm going to help you out here, Dave. And we're going to give you a few things that you can put, and you're going to put them together in, however you want to do it. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put this, and I'll put it in the chat what I put in there as well. Or actually, maybe I'll see if the chat can figure out some of the words. I don't know. We'll see how I want to do that. Probably not. I might just put the words in there. But I just want you to develop a story using these words here.
So is it just
Okay.
like what I just did, but with more words?
Oh, well, it's definitely a different version. Yeah. This is a different version for you. And all right. All right. So I'm going to send you over these words here.
Jesus
And
Christ.
so Dave's going to go ahead and give us a story, guys. He's going to present us a little, it's kind of like, back in the days, you had those stories like Snow White and the Little Doors, you had like, I don't know what, you had Goldilocks, you had all those stories when you were growing up. You had the, all the Disney stuff. You would sit and Dave tell you stories, right? So Dave's going to go ahead and tell us stories using these words here. And let's see if he can do that here. So these are the words that are provided to Dave. So we want to put Dave on the spot here. Now I know you're thinking about it, Dave, and that's fine. You can let me know when you're ready. In the meantime, and I just want to show you guys, Dave is pretty good at a lot of things. Whether it's customing, doing all those little customs. Absolutely 100%.
So how long does
We
the story have
appreciate
to
all
run
that
for?
Dave. Well, you just have to be able to use those words. Make it a little entertaining for us, right, Dave?
Okay.
The best that you can. So let me know when you have that ready to go. In the meantime, just want to say a shout out to all my Patreons. Like I said, we do have Patrons. We appreciate Patreon support. right. So, and while Dave's working on that too, I just wanted. Are you ready, Dave?
I'm ready.
Still working? Oh,
No,
you are
I'm good.
ready.
I'm
Okay.
ready.
Okay. Hey, Mr. Techbot. Yeah, Dave's went back to school. He wasn't prepared for this today, but we're definitely catching him off guard. Wanted to make him think on his feet. Um, he's get caught up in that locker room and all that stuff. I wanted him to think a little bit, get the blood circulating. All right, Dave. So let's go ahead and hear your story using the words that we supplied.
All right. So me and Chap were kicking it one day and we're hanging out, and Tickles gave me a call and she said, "I need you to do something." And I was like, "Okay, what's that?" She's like, "I want you to play the locker game with Sin Den." And I go, "Okay." So me and Sin and Chap, we were all hanging out, and I go, "Sin, I'm gonna let you pick a locker, and whatever comes out of that locker, you get." And okay, he's like, "Okay." He goes, "Well, what's in those lockers?" I go, "You got donkey balls in one, you got Divine, and you got Dana, and they're all in the lockers. There's 3 lockers, and you got to pick which locker you want." He goes, "Can I see what's inside?" I go, "No, that's part of the surprise." So, so he goes, "Okay, I want locker number 3," because he thought locker number 3 was this other girl, but she's not in locker number 3 anymore. So we open up the locker, and there you go. Divine's in there with donkey balls, and I was like, "You're not supposed to be in the same locker," but you know, he just really wanted those donkey balls. So Sin got a 2-for-1, and Dana got to be saved.
Uh, there. What do you guys say? What do you guys think? I mean, for thinking on his feet and using those combinations of names and words that were given, I thought he did quite well. Uh, Sean Ryan says Patreon names. Let's see, Triple D Locker Game. Um, Definitely, guys. One of the other things is too, if you have not subscribed to Big Dog Dave, you definitely. I know, Dave, you're on the cusp of reaching that 1K, right? Um,
It, I mean,
for
I
the
barely post content at this point, so I don't expect people to really,
well,
come to the
it's not
channel.
always. But what you do though is you are active in the community and you do a lot of things, especially with your charity. So it's your channel and your channel still deserves, to get to certain, milestones and you're close to 1K. So, I mean, definitely like guys, if you have not had an opportunity to subscribe to him, please do. If anybody in the chat can drop his link, that'd be great. Like I said, anybody that has an opportunity to share you out, because you are getting close to 1K and it still would be a great milestone just to have. You are very active in the community. We love you very much. You do a lot of great things, especially when, yeah. So Dave needs to write children's books.
Yeah, that's
Just kind of go from
exactly
there.
what I need to do.
And I'll show you what Dave is really good on, guys. Let me go ahead and see if I can get this pulled up here.
Hey Dana, so I know how much you love the snow and want to see it, and you know how much I'm a night owl, so I figured this would be the perfect spot to film this video. Just want to say happy birthday, and thanks for being a wonderful part of the community. It means a lot to everybody, so happy birthday. I hope you get everything you want. And that's it. So, bye.
Dana, my love, happy birthday! So I had this whole dramatic thing. I went into this crying thing, talking about how we met over Luna Lovegood and all the adventures that we have been on. But it was way too long. So, this is what you get. You get my heart. Happy birthday, my girl. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'm so glad these guys are putting this video together for you. And I wish you the best in the upcoming year. Much happiness. I hope that 2021 is so much better than 2020. And life gets back to normal. But to you, my friend, happy birthday. I love you. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.
Hey everybody, it's Mama Jane.
And Spectre.
We are here to wish Dana a happy birthday. And we hope that you have a wonderful year and that you can celebrate even though we're still all kind of locked down.
Yeah, pretty much.
But have a great birthday, Dana. Bye.
Hey Dana, happy birthday. Bye-bye, you sister. I hope you have a wonderful day and look forward to many more.
Hey Dana, Teresa here. Just wishing you a happy birthday. I hope you have a great day, and I hope this year is better than it was last year. Happy birthday.
Hey Dana, it's Chap, and what's your name? Oh, Ernie Matthew. Yeah, we're just we wanted to check in with you and say happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
Oh, we hope you have a great day, week, month, and oh, that's disgusting. Say filth. Oh, oh, oh. We gotta go. That's gross. Happy birthday. Here's to 2021. Yep. Okay. Happy birthday.
Hey, y'all. Sin from Sundown here. Dana, I just wanted to wish you a happy birthday and thank you again for your sticker. You're an awesome member of the Funko community and a great member of the Twisted community. So hopefully you get lots of Monopoly in today. But happy birthday and hope you have a great day.
Hey Dana, I happened to be in the shower when I remembered that I had to wish you happy birthday. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Have a good one. I pinched my nipple for you. Happy birthday, big dog Dana.
So I wanted to find the original one that you had sent me. I couldn't find it, but I had to put that through. So obviously the talents of Big Dog Dave, whether it's in the shower, whether it's in a locker, whether it's in the garage, wherever he is, always touching the hearts of the community with doing things like fundraisers and just bringing people for a great cause. And that's what I wanted you guys to see. Dave, your talents are amazing. You've already told us, once again, the songs that you do sing in the shower was, once again, one more time, you want to let us know?
Absolutely not. Only one is probably true, and that's Genie in the Bottle. The other two just happen to be songs that came to my head. Achy Breaky Heart just happened to come off of Quit Playing Games with My Heart. I heard Heart, and I had to think fast, so I was like, Achy Breaky Heart. I haven't sung Achy Breaky Heart in 30 years, but if I don't sing in the shower, but if I do, it's usually Genie in the Bottle.
Well, according to Sean Ryan, Toxic is Dave Anthem. So definitely, like I said, just the things, line dancing, maybe that you can do a little video of that when you're out. You can get out there and do a little video, you line dancing or something to Achy Break Your Heart. I'm sure we all would love to see that.
Oh, no.
That would be a great spot.
Not happening. I can't move.
So if we get you to 1K, Dave, you got to do something for 1K. I mean, now, are you going to keep the beard, or you're never going to get that off?
if I was to shave the beard, it would involve me getting money because that's just not going to happen. Like I won't do things like that for subs. Like I would do a giveaway at 1,000, but to do something that's like I love my beard, so I just won't do it. Like that, it's not something I'd even ever put up. You know.
How long did it take you to get? How long did it take you to get that?
To get to this point after I shaved it last time has probably been, I mean, I'd probably say it's had to be at least like 4 or 5 years.
Okay. So yeah, Umpty says karaoke with Dave.
I did karaoke back in the day. Trust me, you do not want to see that. It happened on Booze and Pops a few times. It is not a pretty sight.
So definitely, like I said, Dave, you always supply entertainment ever since I got to know you. And I want to say, Dave was actually one of the first channels to show us some love and to put us out there and say, hey, check these guys out. We purchased something from you as well. You've always been able to have good interactions with me and the boys. And, I really appreciate that 100%. And that's what the community is about. You know what I mean? It's like, and I know sometimes we all get in different places, and I know that sometimes, things aren't always what we want them to be, but from time to time, the community has circled around each other in different parts. You know what I'm saying? And the relationships, when you were in COVID, we were able to formulate a lot of relationships. That's a positive, that's a great positive in this community. For you, to be able to come out with, like Sean Ryan, you do on Saturday nights, what do you got going on?
Well, occasionally on Saturdays I'll go on. It's not all the time. There was a certain point where I felt like I was going on once a month or something, but they do Booze and Pops, and Booze and Pops is entertaining. But that's Sean, Cheap and Nerdy, and Pop Couple, James from Pop Couple. But that's their show. But if someone wants to go on, they'll bring you on. But yeah. That's
now, you haven't known that? How long has it been that you've known them now? With Cheap and Nerdy.
When did I show up? I showed up. I came into Pops in about, I'd say, March 2019 is when I started with the Pop community. I started a little bit before, but not so. Oh God. So I used to make videos way back in 2010 for sports cards, before sports cards were as big as they are now. And I did that for probably 3 years or so. And then I quit making videos on YouTube because it just wasn't fun anymore. They weren't creative back then. Back then it was just about like showing off your collection and trading with other people and stuff like that, which I guess technically this is, but like, people made mystery bags back then, like, and stuff, but it was different than it is now. YouTube was better in a certain sense also back then. You get monetized at like 400 subs or 300 subs or something like that, where now it's 1,000 and a certain watch time. Like back then it was, you just get to like 2 or 3 or 400 subs and they'd automatically monetize. But after Google bought it out, a lot changed. But it was a lot different. You had like a message box back then and stuff like that. It was easy. Like you didn't need Instagram. Now you almost need Instagram on top of YouTube to communicate with people. But it was a lot different. And when I quit doing it, I walked away from it one day. I just never went back. If you go back, I deleted a lot of those videos, but if you go back to my original videos, you'll find a few of the sports card ones still there. And then I started watching. I started watching Clint with the the pallet breaks, and that came from watching other guys that were breaking lockers, not breaking lockers, but buying lockers and trash picking and stuff like that. And it all sort of led up to that point. And I was like, okay, I kind of want to get back into YouTube and see where I can go with this. And so it was like March 2019, I think I put my first Funko Pop video up, which was a box, a mystery box I bought off somewhere online, like some Amazon site or something like that. And it just kind of started going from there. I did the research on a lot of stuff. It took time, but And now I'm at a point where I had a huge collection and I sold it all off because I got tired of it.
So do you enjoy the customs a lot more now? I mean, or does that seem to be like something that you really, I mean, a lot of people want you to do certain things and ask for certain things. Does it become tedious for you, or does it become something that you really seem to enjoy?
It matters. So I've always said I have no problem doing anything for anybody. I ask two things. You send me the pop and you send me shipping to get it back. And if you want to kick me some money or you want to kick me something that you think I might like, that's fine. But my thing is I'm not going out to buy pops to ship pops. That's money that I just don't have. So I can get the pop for you and then I can make the pop for you and I can send you the pop, but then I'm charging you and I'm going to charge on top of it. But if you send me the pop and send shipping for it back, it's up to you if you want to, tip me some kind of money or something like that. Because there was at one point where I was doing them and I was just kind of sending them out, but shipping's just not cheap. Shipping's now, especially now, it keeps going up. And now it's like this is why cards back in the day were so much easier. Like it used to cost like 75 cents in a bubble mailer to ship a card. And now it's like $3 to ship a card. So with that, like a pop is like $6 to ship a pop now, So
Yeah. So like Sean said, he got 10 pops for $40 shipped, from the Amazon back in the day. Of course, now, we get them, basically they're flat and they're broken and busted. I mean, whether it's Amazon or Walmart, it's always, a roulette, wheel that you're spinning and hoping to see what you get.
Well,
What
even with
about,
that, I get like super picky. Like I just won't. And I know a lot of these. That's everybody starts the channel for kind of the same reason, and you all start doing it. Everybody starts with mystery boxes because it's just the easy thing to do. You get a mystery box in, you film it, you post it. I can't compete with that. I'm not buying them all the time, and I stopped buying them because I was getting nothing I wanted. And every once I'll buy one, and I happen to get lucky this year. It's like the luckiest I've ever gotten, and I got an awesome pop. But even with that, it was what I wanted. I wanted it at that time, and I mean, it lasted for a little while, but that's gone now too. So, it's one of those things. I'd rather go out now and buy what I want. Like, I went out, and I got like Bat Dog. I wanted Bat Dog or Bat Hound or whatever it was. And, I don't. If I see something I want, it doesn't mean I won't still do mystery boxes. They're fun, but it's not my channel's not based around it. So, it sucks for me that I don't know.
what if
That's
you
why
did, what if you did your own custom mystery boxes
I
where
just
like,
don't. I mean, it's not something. It's not. It's I guess something I've considered at some point, but it's also making a bunch of customs and then having them here. So early on, I did a few waffles, and people get into the waffle, and I hate doing waffles, to be absolutely honest with you. I might have to at some point because I got more auction stuff back here. A box that came in late, so I gotta sell this stuff to donate the money to the auction. But we may do that on Whatnot, or I'm thinking about waffles just because I'd say donate the money to the charity, not me, and then that's a spot. But I'd ask for shipping because all this back here is going to cost me a fortune to ship. But either way, I haven't decided totally yet. But I've thought about it.
see, I mean, like Sean's saying,
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things that like I could say that, but I can't convince myself that people are going to buy into that.
well, I mean, I think there's so much out there.
I mean, I know people say they like them and people want them, but it's one of those things that in my mind, it's not. I get it. Like, I don't put myself down like I used to. I used to say my stuff was absolute junk, and okay, it's not great compared to other people, but I just don't know if that's something people would get into. Though I've considered it. It's something to think about, but even right now, I just don't have that much inventory. So it's just, it is what it is.
Well, I mean, I think when you have a talent, you need to put it to the max as much as you to get stuff back as well. But I know it is a lot of work. But I mean, obviously, if somebody was to buy a pop on Amazon they can ship it to you for free. There's ways that you could probably do custom, like design your own custom mystery boxes, where they can request certain things to be done, and then maybe you throw a little extra something in there. But I mean, there's always ways for you to support you back. Just I don't know. It's just one of those things where when we see the talent that you do, and I mean, you're funny too. I mean, you're a funny guy.
Thank
You're
you.
always able to bring the humor, so I just think that you need to maximize as much as possible. Whether, you making your singing in the shower stickers, to send out.
There's a joke
Definitely.
sticker coming out. There's a joke sticker that Justin kind of created. That'll be here probably next week. Now I don't necessarily know the Pokemon name for one of them, but it's a locker, and I always compare myself to Rillaboom, because he's a big giant ape and a big hairy man. So I kind of found a love for that character, and then tied up is some garden thing, and she's wrapped up with rope, standing in front of Rillaboom. Looks like she's about to be thrown in the locker. So some people are going to find that probably totally offensive, and I really don't care. It's kind of funny if you know me and the lockers and the whole story about where the locker came from. And so it's kind of a funny look to a sticker, which I'm pretty sure people are going to hate, but I really don't care. That's the thing. I like to have fun, and I respect women, but it's a joke, and if you can't take it, then just leave me alone. It's kind of one of those things, I respect everybody to a certain point, but if you can't take a joke, just go away.
Well, to touch on that, Dave, you've been pretty good about being forward about a lot of things. No matter, yeah, as long as I've known you, you've always speak your mind. You've always said, like, you didn't hold back. I mean, that's just who you are, 100%, and that's a genuine right there. To be able to do that, in this community, I mean, sometimes we have to. Sometimes we have to understand that, to how people react with other people, and sometimes somebody that jokes around might be taken in a different direction, but if they get to know Dave, it's like, what's it like in the chat rooms, right? A lot of people talk about the chat rooms when we do the mystery boxes, right? It's like, oh, there's so much stuff going back and forth. But that's just who you guys are. So you have
yeah,
what's up?
Our chat's kind of like, if you can't take a joke, you can't be in our chat. And I'm pretty sure if you have kids, you're not allowed to be in our chat either. Because that was, I think, kind of the rule. If the kids are involved with the trade, they can't be in our chat because we're not sure if they use the Instagram or not. But we have, like, Dana's in our chat, and she gets it. Like, we don't hold back with Dana, and she understands that whatever we're saying is usually, she throws it back at us too. So it's not like it's a one-way street. Dana's just as bad and dirty and raunchy as the rest of us, so she'll lie to you, but it's true. I have.
There you go, Dana.
You're just as bad as
Dana,
the rest of us. So she knows it, and Sassy Cajuns are our den mom right now, and I guess she was I was a little afraid. I'm like, can you handle us? She's like, yeah. Told me to shut up pretty much. I was like, okay, you're good. I was like, if you can't handle what's coming out of our mouths, because we just don't hold back. It's straight filth, and it is what it is. It's part of the fun, and if you can't have fun with it, then what the fuck's the point?
Yeah, I mean, very true. So, like, anything on the horizon for you? Like, anything? I know you've done some shows in the past, or you thought about doing some shows. I know, and there's been some shows that center around you. And I know you seem like you're always busy. So, I mean, do you have anything in the horizon that you thought about maybe working on? Because you're definitely a funny guy, and there's a lot that you have to offer. So, I think that there's show potential in the works.
The only thing I'm really doing right now, because it's content that I can create and it's just easy enough to do, is busting balls with Big Dog Dave. which is pretty much I have 2 up right now, and I have 2 more that are ready to go up at any time that I feel like putting them up. And you're not offended by anything, Dana. Shut up. Go make me a sandwich. I'm kidding. Um, I'll hear about that afterwards, or in 5 seconds. But the balls were easy, so it's a way to joke around and breaking balls, and that obviously used the one picture where I had the 2 over my eyes, but yeah, I mean it's something easy. They're relatively cheap to find, and now people seem to like it, and supposedly everybody's sending me balls in the mail. So if everybody wants to send me balls in the mail, it'll make it a lot cheaper on my life, and I will open them up, all of them, and eventually most of it's probably just going to go straight back out in the mail to other people, because God knows I do not need any of that. The only thing I think I've kept, I don't even know where it is right now, is the bear from like my first one. It was the good luck bear, or the happy bear, or whatever that green Care Bear is.
Like a good luck charm bear or something.
Yeah, but I got a bunch of these little things from like the one that I opened, and I just don't get them. Like, they're plastic food. They don't do anything.
Yeah, a little
Like they belong in a dollhouse, but they're too big for a dollhouse, because no doll is like, the doll is like this size or something like that. So it's like, I don't know. They remind me of something from my childhood that seems to haunt me, and I don't know what it was and why it haunts me. But it's some toy that I guess must have been around at the time, and we had them. So I just don't want them here anymore. But yeah, I just don't get them.
And you're also, I know, with sports and stuff, just touching on that, that was one of the things I love seeing, that football picture, and just having you go through your background and just getting a little bit more knowledge of Big Dog Dave. Because a lot of times we see you in the same spot, lockers off to the side. But you did do a great thing with the charity. Really appreciate that. Like I said, Divine, awesome. Like I said, this is one of the things that I bought from Divine. So can you tell us a little bit about what you know about these dips, like the water dips?
I mean, I watched a few YouTube shows on how to do them, and pretty much spray paint into like a big thing of water. You spray the spray paint and it spreads a little bit. Then you spray another one as it spreads out. So before it comes back together, the hoop comes back together. You got to spray a bunch of different spray paints in there. Then you just dip the pop. I mean, you do it probably slowly. You should probably wear gloves when you do it. Otherwise, it's going to get all over you. But there's supposedly certain spray paints that work better than others. But that's all I've ever seen on it. I've never actually tried to hydro dip. More or less, because if it messes up, I'm just going to throw a gallon of water at somebody, or maybe it's more than a gallon of water. It's probably a few gallons of water, but I've never tried it. I've considered trying it, but I think Divine's done a good enough job. I told him he's got to make me one at this point, because I didn't want to get rid of the Batman.
Yeah, I mean, this thing's awesome. I love it. It's absolutely, when you have it out of the box and in person. So is there some fandoms that you thought about making? Some, like, you have the Hulk here. Would you make, like, say, Superman? Are you a big Superman guy?
I'm more Batman, but so I was Superman as a child. Then I got out of Superman, and now I'm kind of back into Superman. It's classic Americana. I mean, it's, even though he's not American, he is American.
Okay. Would you do you think you could do something like that? Like, take superheroes, like a Superman, and do something with it in the mold of like a clown, just kind of take that spin on it differently?
I mean, the hardest part, this is why it's always been the hardest part for me with the clowns, is because I don't have the proper tools to do like the clothing and all that. So mostly when I do the clowns, I do just the face. Every once in a while, I'll paint the shoes or something else. I think there was the All Might that you showed before, where I painted the shirt and stuff, because I just happened to do it. It looked like the Joker. It looked like Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. So it was easy to do. Now I've changed the way I do the hair. Before with that, I just put metallic paint on the hair, but now I layer it. So now I put down like a brown or something first, and then paint the metallic paint over it, so it looks a lot better. Because there, just if you see the top, which you don't really see, it looks a lot worse. But that was a fun one. I enjoyed making that one.
Now, what about the big pops, like the big 10-inch pops? Are those hard to do in the form of, like, if you did a 10-inch All Might?
Well, I did
or
one
back-
10-inch Stay Puff, and I'm working on another 10-inch Stay Puff. It's kind of taking a back seat right now, just because I had all the auction stuff going on, so it was very like get in that mode, and I just kind of put it behind me. And it's one of those things like, because you look at it, and sometimes too much is just too much, and sometimes too little is too little. So you got to find that nice balance for that specific clown. Some of them make sense where they're very simple, and that's why I like doing the Jokers as the clowns, or Pennywise, because it's a clown that makes sense that people see all the time. More so the newer Pennywise than the older Pennywise, but because of the way the lines are, and with the Joker, with the hair and the eyes, and then the cuts on his face and the way it's set up, it people know what they're seeing. When you just kind of put a red nose on it and then some stuff around the face and a few dots and a nose, are people going to appreciate it, or are people not going to like it? And that's the tough one sometimes. So you want to give people like a bang for their buck, especially if they're paying for it. But some are just come easier, and some I can do stuff more with it, like with the body and stuff. And if I can, I will. If I can't, I just don't do it. There's been plenty of pops I've thrown away because I just screwed it up and said I'm done.
Okay, so I wanted to get into to kind of close things out a little bit with you. I just wanted to have a couple of would you rather's. So it's Big Dog Dave.
I thought the games were over. I was like, oh, I'm finally safe. Nope. Would you rather?
Would you rather? So, Big Dog Dave, would you rather talk like Yoda or breathe like Vader?
Breathe like Vader. I think I already do.
Would you rather have every movie slowly turn into Shrek, or every song you listen to slowly change to All Star?
Every movie slowly turns into Shrek.
Okay. Would you rather have a cat with a human face or a dog with human paws?
Dog with human paws.
Would you rather pull a phone that dropped into a porta potty out, or would you rather brush your teeth using your toilet water that was clean?
I mean, the easy answer should go with the toilet water. I'll brush my teeth with clean toilet water before I reach into a porta potty.
But it's your phone, Dave. I mean, it's dropping.
It's gone. The stuff inside a porta potty already destroyed that phone.
Would you rather have only one eyebrow or no eyelashes?
One eyebrow.
One eyebrow. Okay. Would you rather fart rainbow-colored gas balls or wake up as the opposite sex once a month?
Fart rainbow gas balls or whatever you just said. I don't want to be the opposite sex.
A big dog, a little Big Dog Dave with, you can do the color rainbow in your beard and, get, the little curls in your hair, you'll be all right.
There's a picture out there. I'm surprised you didn't pull it up. So we'll leave it there.
Well, I'm sure. Yeah. I mean, that's one of the things, I definitely wish I would have found it, but,
I'm surprised you didn't
other than
find
that,
sparkles.
Well, I'm sure that might pop in somewhere. Somebody might send that to me.
It's already on Instagram somewhere. A few people have the photo, so it's already over.
So when you look back at your accomplishments, things that you've done. What are you most proud of?
In my life, I mean,
Well, you can look at. Give me one for your life. Give me one for over your time in
most
YouTube.
recent, most recently, I would say the charity auction. The fact that it got pulled off and it went without any major issues. The issues were so small, most people didn't notice them, but I personally forgot to put like 5 things up in the auction or 10 things up in the auction. But all that got figured out when people realized it wasn't there. And personal life, I think it was when I was powerlifting and squatted 705 pounds.
They well, when you so did you have aspirations for going anywhere like Olympics, like lifting
No,
and
because
stuff
it
like
was
that?
it wasn't it wasn't Olympic style powerlifting. It was like basic form powerlifting, where you squat and you deadlift and you bench. And that's what we did at
So
competition. There was no money involved or anything. It cost you more to do than you'd be making, but you're just chasing numbers.
would you do that now? Can you get in there and
No,
just bust it out?
I'll never go back to powerlifting. I'll go back to the gym this week just to start lifting again, but I will never powerlift again. It was great, and I wish I never
So
stopped, but it's too much of a commitment to start all over again and build up to that point and chase those dreams. It's a lot of work, and it's a lot of just mental gain that I just don't have right now. Doing it was awesome, but
so what
going
would
back
you?
and doing it, nah. Go on.
I was just gonna say, growing up, what was it like as a kid? Your parents and family.
It was, I guess, your typical middle. I guess not really. I had a good family. My family's together, and my parents never, got divorced or anything like that. But my dad worked in the clothing business his entire life and spent a lot of time on the road. So once a month, I guess when I was younger, he'd go overseas to like Hong Kong when Hong Kong was still the country that we made stuff in before China took it back. And after that, he spent a lot of time in Mexico because that's where the factories were that they used. And whatever the companies are, if they're all made overseas, everything's made overseas. It's not all made in China, but stuff's made in Korea, South Korea, Japan, Mexico, all those, uh, all the southern South America countries, and so he spent a lot of time on the road because that's where factories were, and that was part of his job. So, but he came to my football games, and he came when he was in Mexico. He'd be in Mexico all week and come home on the weekend for my football games. So, uh, he did everything he possibly could, and my mom worked, and I went to school. My sister went to school, and we were, I guess besides my father being out of town for work a lot, a classic American family.
Just real quick, a lot of people come in the chat, so I just want to acknowledge you have Chris Kano, Joanna, Miss Slapshot Pops, you have Rob Funko Bunker, King Bob, you have Christina Payne, Sean Ryan was here, lovely Clara, you have Sassy Cajun, um, awesome job today, Sassy. Let's see, you have Obi the kid. So definitely appreciate Brandy, Caitlin. You have a lot of people coming in just supporting and hanging out, and it's always a pleasure. Dave, going what do you want people to like if people didn't know you, and you want people to know you, what would be something you would present and say to them? Like, this is who I am. This is, I'm Dave. What do you want people to remember you as? Like, how would you go about that?
I think, there's always sense of humor. Everybody likes stuff like that. I think, honestly, I'm going to be straightforward as much as I can with somebody. And at the end of the day, that's just it. Like, If you can't accept that, if you think I'm going to beat around the bush, or I'm not going to tell you straight to you how, I mean, like there's certain times where you got to take a diplomatic approach to certain subjects. It's not always, it's not always straightforward in certain areas, but at a certain time you have to be straight. And if I'm not gonna get along with everybody, and everybody's not gonna get along with me, and that's the way it is. That's life, and it is what it is. But just know that I'll be honest. I'll be honest. If you have a question, if you came to me and said, "Do you have a problem with me?" Yeah, I'm gonna tell you straightforward. If I have a problem with you, here's what it is. This is what I don't like, and if it is what it is, I think I'd rather people be honest with me than be like, "Oh yeah, I have no issue," and then go talk about me behind my back, and then it gets back to me that there's an issue there. Like, fucking tell me. I'll tell you to your face if you want to hear it. If you don't want to hear it, don't contact me. That's kind of
Now,
So I've let people.
have you always been this way? Have you
No,
always been growing up? Has like, I mean, it takes a lot to be forward and be able to do stuff like that, and to speak your mind and be
uh,
okay with it. And it's
I
just one of those
was
things. You know,
I was very shy for a long time. I didn't like confrontation. I didn't like anything. I wanted to be left alone. I still want to be left alone half the time. But no, Sean, I do not have a problem with you. You're a pain in my ass, but no real problems. Um, I was very shy. I was very timid. I always had friends, but I was always the quiet one. We go out with other people and whatnot. I'd be like, I wouldn't say much. Or I think really it was YouTube that opened me back up. Well, powerlifting opened me back up. Um, just going to the gym and building my own confidence through the lifting made me more who I am today. So somewhere about, believe it or not, like 32 years old is when I started to find myself more and become who I am, and you know not be afraid to speak the truth or say my mind. And after you get taken advantage of a few times, eventually you get to the point where you snap and you're like, fuck you, this is how it is, and this is that. And that's kind of where we're at now. And obviously over time and different experiences, you get to a certain point and say perfect yourself to who you become.
so where you are in your life right now, any regrets that you look back and you just
I mean, yes
you're
and
like,
no, but I can't. I spent too many years regretting situations, and that led to heavy drinking and stuff like that. Um, and I like to have a drink here and there, but I've been uh, pretty much committed to be sober at this point. Not not for any specific reason, just because I don't feel like I don't like to drink alone. I used to do it, and bad things happened to me when I did that, so I just don't do it anymore. And not anything like super bad, but like you know, the last time I got stupid drunk is probably my biggest regretful day of my life, but it was probably the best day because that's when I really said you just can't drink like this anymore. So there's other stuff when I was younger. Do I wish I studied more? And yes, and wish I cared more about classes in college. Yes, and there's other stupid shit, but the stupid stuff is just stupid stuff. To regret stupid stuff is just it's pointless. It's not going to change. Even regretting big things, it's like if you learn from your mistakes. So at the end of the day, it is what it is, and you move on.
well, I mean, so when you go from big dog Dave to, I mean, baby big dog Dave, and you go through the ranks, playing football, and obviously, the high school proms, and leading into, where you are now. Um, if you had to sit down with yourself, your future self, past self, and kind of give yourself some advice, what were some things that you would like to tell yourself and say, what, Dave, like this is one thing, and I know when you talked about, going through the drinking and stuff, and that's, it is a hard thing to go through, and it's something to move forward on, but you're doing it, and that's the main thing. But is there other things in your life that you would say, Dave, maybe you need to do this,
Well, yeah. I
maybe.
mean, look, it all goes back to college, even like with the studying and stuff like that. Like you don't have to party all the time. You got to study. You're in college to get an education. Tell myself never pick up a cigarette, which I told myself at the time, but it didn't matter. You did it anyways. And I wish I never started smoking. People are like, oh, just quit. I'm like, yeah, it's really not as easy as you make it sound to be. I don't know if I ever will quit, and it is what it is. But yeah, there's so like that would be a regret is smoking. But like I said, it's anything else in life, and you learn from your mistakes, and you just push forward. So yeah, I mean, I've considered it, and the gum's an idea, and I'll probably give it a try. I've given other stuff a try before. Everybody's like, try the vape. So I went to vape for a little while, and I didn't like it, and I went back to cigarettes. But it's not really as easy to quit as people seem to think it is. So
No. I mean, anytime. I mean, there's all kinds of different stuff that we go through, addictions in life. They're always hard to quit. I mean, no matter what.
well, that's the thing. It's one addiction leads to another addiction. So
Yeah.
it was like even when I was trying to quit smoking, I started eating more, and I'm like, I can't eat this much all the time. Like this is just already a problem with me. So now I gotta. So it is what it is. It's I don't know.
What is so moving forward? You've come into this community. You've been here for 2 years. You've built some bonds and some relationships. Talk about what that's meant for you. Like with like Sean Ryan and Pop Couple, and just having that cheap and nerdy, having that show that you feel like it's family. And even though like we're not all in the same place.
Well, that's their show. I've just been on that show. It's not my show.
Right, but you tie in. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you've been on the show, you're still part of the family, right? I mean, you're still considered, a member of the.
I don't think they hate me, from what I could tell.
Well, I mean, Sean can verify.
Sean might hate me at times, but that's Sean's the reason I have lockers. But
But
yeah.
you build bonds. I know with Pop Couple, even with Cheap and Nerdy. Like, I mean, I know that having that. I mean, even in the community, for me, there's certain people that I get to have interactions with that I wouldn't have through the pandemic. That has really helped me in my journey, in regards. So I just know that sometimes when you're working where you are, you're dealing with lockers, you're dealing with, sometimes you get that loneliness, but I mean, the people in the community are like, we're right there with you.
Well, yeah, and look, I have the people that I talk to the most, and I have I have a good amount of people that I consider my good friends on here, and that I talk to every day, and whether it's in chat or on the phone or whoever. And there's obviously, like any other group anywhere else in the world or country or anything, there's going to be, everybody's got their cliques. People like to make cliques sound like it's a bad thing. I don't think that's it's not high school. Cliques aren't necessarily a bad thing. Even in high school, they're not necessarily a bad thing. That's just who your friends are. That's your main friends. So your cliques that you hang with are your main friends. And it even happened before the pandemic, because like we're all involved with the same stuff. I don't use Facebook anymore. I don't use my original Instagram anymore. I use the one for collecting, and these are the people I talk to the most, because it's the people that I have the most interested in with interest. My outside friends don't have the same interests as me. They have similar interests, but not the same interests.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even like I said, the thing that I love about in the community is you do find the common interests that people you didn't think were there. Like, like, okay, you like horror, or I know I've had a conversation with Sean Ryan, and we knew Ryan Klesko, who I went to high school with, and so you just have like those little moments where it's like, it just basically brings and connects, and that's what's awesome. You have these puzzle pieces. And that's why with the charity that's what I look at is the puzzle pieces, they connect and they form a picture. And that's why everybody in the community is a puzzle piece. And at one point or another, we do all connect. And, and like I said, it's not about how we interact or get along. It's what we are able to do when the time is needed. And I know when you did that charity auction and you raised for that purpose, and a very strong purpose, a purpose dear to my heart, you did an amazing job. Absolutely amazing. So once again, on behalf of the community, Dave, I just want to applaud you for the efforts. And I know it wasn't just something you did to say, hey guys, this is what I'm doing, pat me on the back. You did it because you have a heart and you cared about something that was close to you. And so Chap said, oh, what did I miss? Here's what you missed, Chap.
Jesus. Oh, man. No, I got to hear about that the rest of the night.
That's what you missed, Chap. Chap bought everything but that. But Dave, I really appreciate you taking the time today and being here and just getting to know a little bit more about you, having some fun with the games that we played. I appreciate you putting that time and effort into it. But most of all, once again, thank you so much for doing that auction. And I hope, there's more on the horizon. There's a lot of talent out there. So, we definitely got to tap into that. A lot of good causes. So definitely, I hope there's more on the horizon.
I hope there are too. I'm not organizing any of them. That's a lot of time and effort, and I will help anybody that wants to organize one. But that is not. If I organize another one, it would be for the same charity. It would be a year later from now. But because to organize one of that level and that magnitude just takes way too long. But if anybody else out there wants to, I will help you any way I can. I will donate something to it, and I will come bid. But there's no way for at least another year that I am doing another charity auction like that. I can promise you that. It's not possible. The stress level that I went through for that was just through the. I can't explain that to you right now. I was sick to my stomach for about 3 weeks.
Well, like I said, we got mad respect for you.
I appreciate it.
And definitely it does take a lot. Maybe this time you get a couple of, people to help you out a little bit. Maybe Tickles, will come and help a little bit. Definitely,
so if I do it for the same charity again next year, he already said that he would help me. He said he would have helped me this year, but I didn't really film in on what was going on. Okay. So the whole point would be we'd have a different location to hold everything, and then afterwards we'd have a group of people there to pack everything. So that helps with that. So he's got people so that we can do that. So, like I said, I'm going to do a charity that's close to my heart. I hope other people do them for the ones that are close to their heart. Like Slapshot's got donations. They sell pucks and stuff like that on Whatnot during their auctions. And there's other people that do that through Patreon stuff. But if they want to do like an auction like I just did, I would give them any advice they want. But I think they could figure it out anyways. Plus, they got 2 people, which already makes it easier.
Well, I think as a community, if we all work on finding charities, I know there's been a lot of that in the past. There's a lot of charities that need our help. There's a lot of kids out there that need our help. And we have a power as a community to come together and do amazing things like this. Whether, Dave's doing it or it's somebody else, I just think that seeing how we've been able to put forth the time and the effort, whether it's buying or making the customs, this is something that we can make a difference. And, whether we're in different parts of the world, whether even it's Australia or UK, we can make a difference. And, that's the main thing. So, Dave, I know you're dying probably to smoke.
I'm starving right now.
Oh, well, then we got another game for you to play.
Oh, yeah.
No, but Dave, I really appreciate you taking the time and being here. I want you to go grab something to eat, bud. And guys, chat, appreciate you guys being here. Make sure on the way out, please hit the like button. We know how it is in this, when we do live streams. You guys that yourself do live streams, the time and the effort that you put into it. Please hit that like button. Appreciate it. And then other than that, what is going on for you? You're going to sleep a lot? You're going to hibernate now?
No. I already took my time off from that. Now it's just Whatnot auctions. I bought a card collection recently, and I just got to sell it all now. So I'm that kind of flipper. So I'm that guy that people hate. No, but I have fun with it. My favorite thing to always do, and I've loved doing it since I was little, was buying stuff and selling stuff. And people want to call it flipping, I call it reselling, and that's all it is. Most of the stuff's not in the stores, anyways. I'm not buying packs from the store and reselling them. I'm buying stuff from people's collections and reselling. That's kind of my hobby. I keep stuff along the way, but really just going forward, like you'll see more breaking balls with Big Dog Dave is probably about the only videos that you'll see. I do have other stuff uploaded that I've had on my phone for like 6 months that may just go live at a certain point. But and I had hair back then, so you'll know the difference of when the video was made. But that's pretty much where I'll end up going with this right now is the breaking balls videos because they're fun and they're just so stupid. Because it's like the first one was so dumb because I broke LOL surprise balls. Like it's so stupid that I have to do the video almost. Like that's why I enjoy doing the video because somebody's gonna watch it and go, "What the hell is wrong with him?" And that like I'd rather you see that than me freaking out over a chase, which was awesome. But at the end of the day, we move on from the chase. But if you laugh a little watching me open like pretty little stickers and I put a bracelet on and a ring. I mean, it's funny, and that's kind of where I'm at this point. If I'm not going to laugh, I'm just going to start breaking things, and that's a whole nother video for a different day.
Well, laughter is a big way to the heart. Like I said, it's very important. You should be laughing. Take away the stress. Laugh and make sure you love. And, thank you again, Teresa Newell, for the super chats. I 100% appreciate it. And speaking of which, there's people in the community that don't have channels. That are very huge supporters, like Tats and Teresa, Christina Payne, that doesn't, do the videos, on the regular basis, but they're always there to support. And I think that we as a community need to take the time, Umpty, does such a great job with the channels and just, letting everybody know what's going on. Like those people behind the scenes, you guys rock, you guys do a lot of great stuff and absolutely appreciate all that you guys do. And I think that hopefully other people that are doing videos or live streams, put that out there, let these people know, in your own ways, how important they are because, we all, for the most part, it could just be you and me talking right now. You know what I mean? But there's so many people in the community that make up that puzzle piece that's really important for the big picture. So, all right, Dave. Well, like I said, I appreciate you being here and hanging out. We're going to go ahead and say goodbye to people. What I'm going to do is, so once again, look at Uncle Dave, big Uncle Dave. So appreciate just you being here. And my browser thing is how when you try to pull something up, it's so stuck. But anyways, where's this? So Dave, is this going to be you?
No. I'm not trying to sit on anything like that.
But we are out of here. So Homer or Krusty, what do we got? So long. So once again, guys, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here because we're getting ready to head out. But we appreciate each and every one of you, and you. But most of all, Dave, appreciate what you did with the charity. Hope more follow suit. So once again, guys, let me go ahead and scroll up. Give Dave that big old. That's right. And got to go to my videos. I got so much stuff on here, Dave. But guys, so wave them, Dave. Tell them, Dave. Can I get a yeah, boy?
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy. There we go.